All right, I thought I'd do a quick follow-up after we get a little bit more of the into the day's trading. We've got another major rescue going on. All right, so the same thing is happening today as happened here and then happened here. The question is, will this rescue, will there be enough force behind it to stop the daily cycle decline a bit prematurely? Maybe abort that normal bloodbath phase that usually runs 5 to 7 days. That would be a natural bottom and something that you could trade with confidence. It's hard to trade these interventions with confidence because you don't know if it's going to fail and roll over quickly because the market wasn't allowed to complete the move down, and that's exactly what happened here, and it's what happened here. The selling just resumed really quickly, and after these artificial interventions in the market, again, we've got an election coming up here in about 4 weeks, and the administration is going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at this market to try and turn this back around, and that's clearly what's happening today. We got another. The inflation data did not come in well. And potentially that looked like it was starting to trigger that bloodbath phase, and it probably was. But we just got a major intervention here to stop this breakdown. And what's happening here is they're going to try and paint the weekly charts. Very often this happens during these interventions. Is that they will the strongest intervention will occur, Thursday and Friday. And it'll paint this weekly candle with a reversal, and that just gives it a little extra boost at the beginning of the next week to try and turn this back up. So, in theory, it really is. It's too soon for this intermediate decline to be done. It's probably a little too soon for the daily cycle decline to be done. There should be some more days yet to go. But this is why it's so difficult to try and trade stocks from the short side, is because there's always risk that the market, there'll be an intervention and the market won't be allowed to complete the normal decline into the ICL. And going back to the daily charts here, and so you get stuff like this. You get these very violent rallies that if you're short, you don't know. In real time, you don't know whether this has stopped the decline or not. So you're almost forced to cover your short position because you're at risk of of the intervention getting traction, and then you either end up with a losing trade on the short side, or you end up giving back all your profits. And again, same thing here. And obviously, we're having one here. So hard to say whether or not this will get some traction and this will turn out to be the final daily cycle low, or if this is going to be a 1 or 2 day wonder. Maybe it just all evaporates again tomorrow. Who knows? And the correct strategy was to ignore this and just continue to hold your shorts. Really difficult to trade the short side because governments don't allow markets to go down naturally. They fight these markets in our modern managed markets. Governments are continuously intervening, and I would say with the midterms coming up here in a month, it's going to be really hard to hang on to the shorts. And this may, for those of you that are in the premium site, they know that. We got our first daily cycle, we got our second daily cycle. My theory was that if the second daily cycle was allowed to run to completion and we get a normal bloodbath phase, that the ICL would complete at the end of that second daily cycle. But with this intervention that stops, that at least for now anyway, has stopped this bloodbath phase, there is risk that we could have a third daily cycle before this ICL is complete. There's no guarantee that the ICL is going to form on a market intervention here. So That's where we stand. That's why it's so hard to trade bear markets. They're just erratic by nature, and in our modern managed markets, they're extremely erratic, and you get these market interventions that make it darn near impossible to hang on to short positions because you just don't know in real time whether or not the intervention created a premature early bottom, or whether that intervention will just fade away like these last two interventions did.